They thought it was just a short visit, a few days in the village, no big deal. But the village and the two souls waiting there had other plans. This wasn't just a trip, it was a journey back to something they had almost forgotten. Back in the city, the house was a whirlwind of last-minute packing. Suitcase zippers buzzed like anxious insects. "We're going to be late," the father announced, glancing at his watch for the 10th time. The mother, a picture of focused calm, folded clothes with precision, tucking away a small pouch of extra medicines, just in case. Her son, meanwhile, was lost in a digital world, his thumbs flying across his phone screen. The elder daughter stood by the window, a silent observer of the chaos. It was the youngest who finally voiced the question on all the kids' minds. "Will there be Wi-Fi at Grandma's house?" Her question hung in the air, unanswered, lost in the rush. The city was a place of noise, deadlines, and constant connection. The village was a question mark. As their car pulled away from the familiar skyline, the landscape began to change. Concrete towers melted into wide open fields. The digital lifeline to their world started to fray. One by one, the signal bars on their phones vanished. The son's face soured as his screen went blank. A heavy sigh escaped the father's lips. The mother just stared out the window, her expression unreadable, a mixture of nostalgia and apprehension. Miles away, in a quiet corner of the country, two pairs of old, tired eyes were already fixed on the horizon, waiting. At the bus stop, time moved differently. The grandparents stood together, a silent, unmoving testament to patience. The grandfather used his hand to shield his eyes from the afternoon sun, scanning the dusty road. The grandmother clutched a simple cloth bag filled with homemade snacks she'd woken up at dawn to prepare. What if the children were hungry after the long journey? Every bus, every car that rumbled past brought a flicker of hope, quickly extinguished as it sped by, leaving them in a cloud of dust and continued waiting. They didn't speak much, they didn't need to, they just waited. When the family's car finally rolled to a stop, it was as if a switch had been flipped. The air filled with smiles, a little forced, a little tired, but smiles nonetheless. The children went through the motions, awkward hugs, a quick touch of the feet in respect, a mumbled, "How are you?" Their eyes, however, were busy taking in the alien surroundings, mud paths instead of paved roads, walls weathered by time, a pace of life so slow it felt like it was moving backward. "This is it?" the son whispered to his sister, his disappointment barely concealed. The grandmother heard, or perhaps she just felt it, but her gentle smile never wavered. Inside, the house smelled of the earth and the comforting aroma of a meal cooked with love. There was no hum of an air conditioner, no ping of a phone notification. There was only a profound silence, punctuated by the steady tick-tock of an old wall clock. The children shifted uncomfortably on the wooden chairs. The father's eyes darted around the room as if assessing it, but the mother noticed something else. She watched her grandmother-in-law, her hands trembling ever so slightly as she placed glasses of water before them. A tremor of age, of anticipation, of love. The grandparents were silent observers, their gazes moving from one face to another, trying to read unspoken thoughts. Are they comfortable? Are they happy? Are they hungry? They had 1,000 questions, but they asked none, and no one asked them a single question in return. No one asked how many hours they had stood waiting at the bus stop, or how many days they had been counting down to this arrival. Outside, as dusk settled, someone lit the evening lamp, its small flame flickering bravely against the growing darkness. That night, the village surrendered to sleep early, wrapped in a blanket of quiet. But in the old house, 5 people lay awake, their minds racing, each one lost in their own world, their own thoughts. They had come for what they thought would be just a few days, but they were wrong. This was only the beginning.